All right, get this. Imagine you had to teach a computer to recognize an animal it has never seen before. Not by showing it thousands of photos, but just by giving it an idea. Sounds a little like science fiction, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's a real and pretty revolutionary concept in AI. And today, we're going to break down exactly how it works.
Okay, so we all know what this is. It's a zebra. But stop and think for a second about how you know that. What if you'd only ever seen horses your whole life? If I just told you, hey, a zebra is basically a striped horse, you'd get it instantly, right? You wouldn't even need a picture. Your brain just connects the dots. But how?
You know that little mental leap you just took? It feels completely effortless to us, almost like magic. But for a computer, which thinks in nothing but data and code, that ability to connect horse and stripes to figure out a brand new thing, well, that's been a monumental challenge for a very long time.
Yeah, this whole process of connecting the dots, of using what you know to figure out what you don't, it's kind of like our brain's superpower. And for decades, that superpower has been one of the biggest walls standing in the way of creating truly intelligent machines. This slide really lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the old way of doing things. You basically brute force it. You feed an AI thousands upon thousands of pictures of a zebra until it just memorizes the pattern. But on the right, you have something so much more elegant. The AI gets the idea of a horse and the idea of stripes, and it puts them together to figure out zebra on its own, without seeing a single example.
And this elegant superpower, it actually has a name. It's called Zero-Shot Learning, or ZSL for short. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's where a model is tested on things it was never ever shown while it was being trained. It's learning on the fly, with literally zero direct examples to go off of.
So you've got to be wondering, how is this even possible? Is it some kind of AI magic trick? Well, not exactly. The secret, as we're about to find out, is all about giving the AI the right kinds of clues to bridge that gap between what it knows and what it doesn't.
And the key is something called auxiliary information. It's a fancy-sounding term, but really, just think of it as context clues. It's the extra data that describes a new object using concepts the AI already understands. It's pretty much the digital version of me telling you that a zebra is a horse with stripes.
So this auxiliary information comes in three main flavors. First, there are attributes. These are just simple facts, like has stripes, has a long beak, or has a red head. Super easy. Second, you can use text descriptions. And this is wild. You can literally give the AI a Wikipedia article to read about the new thing. And third, there are similarity maps. These help the AI understand how concepts are related to each other. So it learns that the idea of a zebra is very, very close to the idea of a horse. Now, all of that sounds fantastic in a nice, clean lab environment. But, the real world is messy. So to make this tech truly useful, the whole idea of zero-shot learning had to evolve.
And this leads us to a much more realistic version called Generalized Zero-Shot Learning, or GZSL. I mean, think about it. When you're just out and about, you don't only see brand new things you've never encountered. You see a mix of familiar stuff, dogs, cars, and maybe some unfamiliar stuff like a weird kind of bird. Well, the AI has to be able to handle that same mix.
And this makes the problem so much harder. Now the AI doesn't just have to identify the new thing. It first has to realize that it is something new. It has to ask itself, okay, wait, is this a brand new kind of animal with stripes, or is it just another horse I've already seen, maybe from a weird angle? That is a huge leap in complexity.
So why should you care about all this complex theory? Because, and this is the important part, this isn't just an academic exercise anymore. Zero-shot learning is breaking out of the lab, and it's starting to power real-world applications that are really changing the limits of what our technology can do. And the applications here are just incredibly broad. This is not just about identifying animals in photos. Think about natural language processing, an AI that can understand the nuance of a new concept in a document it's never seen. Or how about computational biology, where it could help identify potential new drugs by understanding protein functions it hasn't ever been trained on. That's the real power of this idea.
This quote, it's from one of the pioneering papers on this topic way back in 2008, and it really gets to the heart of it. The goal isn't just about recognizing pixels. It's about getting the machine to understand the labels themselves, to see that the word zebra and a picture of a zebra live in the same semantic space, or the same neighborhood of ideas as the concept of a horse.
So this leaves us with a final and pretty profound question. What we're really witnessing here is a shift from an AI that just memorizes things to an AI that can genuinely infer and reason about the unknown. So if a machine can learn by connecting ideas just like we do, what's the next frontier for intelligence itself? What happens when AI can learn not just what we teach it, but also what we don't?